Most of my students get this question wrong on the exam. Yes, it's challenging. To be able to do this, you have to think of this as solving two systems of equations, because you have two equations, this one here and this one, and both of them have the variables x and y and x here. So what we're gonna do, just gonna rewrite this again here on top of one another. So we have sin² x minus cos² equals 0. And I'm gonna call this equation 1. And I'm gonna write the other one, sin² y plus cos² x equals 3/2. And I'm gonna call this equation 2. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add equation 1 to equation 2. And that will result in I'm just gonna add the left side first. So I'm gonna get sin² x minus cos² y plus sin² y plus cos² x, and I'm 0 plus 3/2, that's just gonna equal 3/2. Now, if you notice, we have sin² x here and we have cos² x, and sin² x plus cos² x, that gives you 1. That's the Pythagorean identity for trigonometry. So sin² x plus cos² x equals 1. So I'm just going to change that to 1 minus cos² y plus sin² y equals 3/2. Now, as you notice, we don't have x's anymore. We only have y's, which makes this now easy to solve. So the next step, I'm going to change this here to 1 minus cos² y. And all of that comes from the identity sin² x plus cos² x equals 1. So sin² y, I'm going to use the Pythagorean identity, where I could move the cos² to the other side, and it becomes sin² x or y equals 1 minus cos². So we have 1 minus cos² y plus, and this we're going to change it to 1 minus cos² y equals 3/2. And therefore, we're going to have 1 plus 1 here is going to give me 2. And negative cos² y minus cos² y is going to give me 2 cos² y equals 3/2. Now I'm going to move the 2 to the other side. I'm going to have negative 2 cos² y equals 3/2 minus 2, which gives me negative 2 cos² y equals 3/2 minus 2. That's going to give me negative 1/2. I'm going to take the negative 2 here and cross multiply it to the bottom right there. So that's going to give me cos² y equals, which is going to give me negative 1/-4. The negatives would cancel. Now we have cos² y equals 1/4. At this stage, I'm gonna square root both sides right here, and I'm going to get cos squared y equals plus or minus 1/2. And now I'm going to draw my unit circle, 0, pi over 2, pi, 3 pi over 2, and all around is 2 pi. Also, another thing we should remember is the special angle triangle, the 30, 60, 1√3 over 2. So the angle that has a cos of 1/2 is definitely 60. And 60 in radians is the same as pi over 3. Now the cos is positive or negative. That means in every quadrant. But the only problem is that we cannot do third and the fourth quadrant because my domain is between 0 to pi and not all the way to 2 pi. And as we know now that our reference angle here is going to be 60 because cosine of 60 is 1/2 or pi over 3 in radians. So this angle will be pi over 3 and the reference angle here is pi over 3. Therefore, my answer for y would be the first angle, which is pi over 3. That's y1. And y2 will be all the way to there. And all the way to there, basically it means you go all the way to pi and take away pi over 3. And pi is the same as 3 over 3 pi minus pi over 3. So y2 will equal 2 pi over 3. Now we found our y values. And to find my x value, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the equation sin² x minus cos² y equals 0 to solve for x. So I'm going to use the first answer, which is y1 equals pi over 3, and I'm going to sub in the pi over 3 for the y right here. So I'm going to have cos² pi over 3. And we know cos pi over 3, which is cos 60, is 1/2. Get the 0 there. So we have sin² x minus 1/2 squared equals 0. Sin² x minus 1/4 equals 0. Sin² x equals 1/4, square root both sides, and you'll get sin x equals plus or minus 1/2. The sign is negative. All students take calculus in this quadrant and this quadrant, and we cannot use them because they are not in the between 0 and pi. But the sin x, sorry, that's sin, should be sin x equals positive 1/2. In this it's in this quadrant and in this quadrant. And the angle that has a sine of 1/2 is 30. And the 30 is the pi over 6. So we have pi over 6 here, and we have pi over 6 here as the reference angles. Now the first angle would be pi over 6 for x. And then the second angle, you go all the way to pi and take away pi over 6. And you know pi is the same as 6 pi over 6 minus pi over 6. And therefore the second angle is going to be 5 pi over 6. And now also we're going to work with the other y solution, which is 2 pi over 3. So we're going to write sin squared x minus cos squared 2 pi over 3 equals 0. Well, 2 pi over 3 is in the second quadrant, and the cos there is going to be negative. And the reference angle is going to be pi over 3, which is the 60. So the cos is going to be 1/2 again. And it doesn't matter, even though if it's negative, and we'll write the negative sign there, okay, minus negative 1/2 squared. But, you know, when you square the negative, it's going to be positive anyways. And since when you square this, it's going to be positive 1/4. So you're basically going to have this kind of thing again. And we're just going to skip the first, second, and third issue there. And we know we're going to have sin x equals plus or minus 1/2. And we know x is going to be, again, pi over 6 and 5 pi over 6. As we said, you know, we know the sign is negative in the third and the fourth quadrant, but we cannot use them. And therefore, the pi over 3 and the 2 pi over 3 would give me the same x values. And therefore, now my final answer, my solutions are pi over 6 and pi over 3, 5 pi over 6 and pi over 3, pi over 6 and 2 pi over 3, and 5 pi over 6 and 2 pi over 3. And that's, of course, from here and here and using this. I agree, this is a challenging question. And unfortunately, only 20% of the class get this right. As always, thanks for watching. See you next time.